Hey, how we doing,
Hey
guys?
guys, good morning.
Joe here.
Kevin.
So, a lot happened in the last episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yeah, we're getting a definite shift and a new sense of direction, which I love how the show zigs and zags so much. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it definitely zigged in the last episode.
The last episode, they really fit a lot in.
They did absolutely.
Like Heather is a manager now. Rebecca and Nathaniel are sharing an office,
And back to
hooking up.
hooking up. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Which was quite a shift from the episode before, which kind of I guess shows like the manic nature of Rebecca right now.
that's a good way to put it. It felt very manic.
Because she's just all over the map. One, I think she backslid, and I think she's back to being horrible again. She was using everyone else in the office under false pretenses of Nathaniel's a terrible boss to you, when
Hmm.
really it was all about her jealousy over Nathaniel dating somebody else.
She was shooting up hormones,
Yeah,
getting
I
the
mean,
whole.
it was. She was back to out of control.
Yeah.
Um, Not as bad as it was, but didn't her doctor even say like, does it feel like you're into some? At one point, he said, "Does it feel like you're into some old familiar patterns?"
It,
No, no, I'm not. You are. You
well,
100%
she's
are.
trying to hide it. Also,
Right.
somebody on Patreon pointed out the fact that she is, donating an egg
Right.
that if they were giving her medication for that, like hormone and stuff, the doctors would not allow that because they would see that she is obviously in treatment.
Right. Yeah. She's well. Is she? I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Is she taking psychological meds at all?
Not that I don't think she is at
They
all.
haven't said. They said because remember the doctor said that
Mhm.
could be part of it,
Yeah.
but I don't recall that she's actually is taking, or if they said if she's actually taking
Mhm.
something. Because I feel like if she went to donate the egg and get on the hormones and stuff,
Yeah.
they would see the list of
Because they ask you for if you have a
right.
history of mental
What
health.
medications are you on?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
see that like, well, you're on whatever,
They would see
psychologically
your
clinical
rescues. Yeah.
drugs, and they'd
Yeah.
be like, you are not going to do this. But you're right. I still think the simple fact that she's in treatment for this particular disorder right now,
Mhm.
they'd be like, this isn't right for you,
Well, I'm not
unless
sure.
she can hide something.
Do they ask you when you do like an operation like that, or you go to the hospital to donate an egg or something? They ask you if you have any mental health.
I don't know if that's on the form. Like I've been in the hospital. I don't know
Uh,
if it's on the form at all. I know they ask about other medications.
and like prior health
Um,
issues, like
right. But I mean, like, theoretically they have access to your medical records, right, when you go in for any
I
medical
would
procedure
assume
anywhere. i
so.
think i think obviously we have HIPAA laws and all that, but I
Yeah.
do think they follow you medically. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I do think that, like,
Well, especially if you're having a child. I mean, I feel
yeah,
like that's
exactly.
important.
I feel like you can give a medical history and all of that, but they usually ask about family medical history, not
Yeah.
yours, because they assume they have yours.
Yeah. And we're not
Uh,
criticizing. We're
right?
just
No.
genuinely curious about
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
yeah, about how that works. But I think you're right,
Hmm.
and I think the poster is right. I think that in the real world there would probably be a moment of pause on like,
Yeah.
you are probably not the right person for taking injections that could alter your mood
Mental
and
state.
state of mind. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. When you're already kind of working on that,
And Heather just kind of jumped up and was like, "I'll have the baby."
That
And I
was
feel like,
strange.
and I
Yeah.
feel like it's not that easy. You know what I mean? I
No.
feel like it's really not that easy. You have to be these people are vetted first.
Yeah, well, I think if you're using a service, they're vetted. I think you can have a friend just kind of do it. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
Juno, right? Well, that's a little different. I guess with
Right.
Juno, she gets pregnant, and then she's like, "I'm going to give the baby to this
Yeah,
family."
that's just
Yeah,
giving up for adoption
sure, sure, sure,
afterwards,
sure, sure.
right? But carrying another person's baby, I don't. Again, these are all
Yeah,
things that are outside my area of expertise for sure.
no
But I
idea.
feel like if you have a friend or an acquaintance that's going to be a surrogate,
Mhm.
it's a much easier process than like going through a service and hiring
I
somebody to
got you.
do it.
We're
Yeah.
trying to adopt even because
Mhm.
I've known people in the past that
Sure,
like tried to
absolutely.
adopt, and it's like
It's not an easy
it's
process,
jumping through hoops. Yeah.
and it's an expensive process too.
Yes.
All right. We do want to welcome some new Patreon subscribers. We had several over the last day. We're ascribing that to the two cathedrals effect.
Yeah.
Um, D. Jire, Emily, Eric Carlson, Jennifer Stahl, Ahmed Ibrahim. Thank you so much, guys, and welcome. We sincerely appreciate you being here.
Yes. You guys are awesome.
You are.
And if you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hi, hi.
If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please, please, please hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the new content we have coming your way.
Absolutely. If you'd like to watch a full-length reaction to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and everything else we've watched and are watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. You will find every episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend thus far there, along with many, 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 many other things that we are doing.
It's good.
It's good stuff.
It's happening.
It's
Maybe this time.
nope,
No,
nope,
we
nope,
now,
yeah.
now we know this is going to be a disaster. Where have we seen her before?
I don't know, but she is familiar. I've seen
Yeah,
her in something.
Seems like only yesterday I was right here in this very room, ignoring everything you said.
there's
After
no
we
way.
had sex that one time, we only had sex like 3 more times that week.
Oh my
And then we
god.
stopped. Except for last night.
I caught him in the supply closet masturbating.
What?
Yeah, alone. He was alone in there, and I caught him. People are disgusting.
I have lost a lot of respect for this guy here.
I have too.
Yeah.
Okay, can you stop? I'm trying to get in the supply closet to get those, but it's always locked, and the door is making a banging noise.
I'm here. Oh, great. Now the sidekick's got a sidekick.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Close the door. I want to rip your pants off.
Okay. To be fair, the supply closet is nicer than I thought it was.
This should never happen again after this.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
This is the last time.
Okay.
Absolutely. I love this bra, by the way.
I love my new hobby, growing people. Wait, did you hear that? Did you? Boop, made an eyeball. What'd you do today?
Look, I gotta get out of town for a little while. I'm feeling
And he's gonna go build houses
spun
in
out
Mexico.
lately.
That's
A
awesome.
little
It is.
emotional. Everything in this town reminds me of Daryl.
Wow, I've never seen you like this.
Thank you so much for hiring me.
Are you kidding me? No, you're doing me a favor.
I am so glad you're here. Okay? Those other times were mistakes. It's not happening again. Right.
I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you have a girlfriend, dude. Like, it's okay to be with Rebecca, but break up with her.
Right?
I just don't. It's not my favorite thing happening here.
I got it.
She's really turned this place into like a Cheers.
No, she has, yeah. But is she really happy? I can't tell.
I hate being pregnant. It's the worst thing I've ever decided. I'm gonna
It's
quit.
it.
I want to quit.
You can't.
I quit.
Heather did do a great job with this renovation. I'm digging the home basement.
Yeah, it looks
She
really cool.
tried
Yeah.
a few styles before this. Apparently, pregnant women redecorate a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I called that.
Funny.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, he became friends with the idiots.
No. Okay. I did not
A lot of
expect
stuff's
them to
still the
take a
same.
time jump like this.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
And
the
they're
last
still
one.
doing
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
I really thought this time was going to be different.
Yeah.
You have no qualms about this? No concern for the third party in that relationship?
She has no idea what's going on, so it's not hurting her.
Morally.
Oh my God.
Morally, that's so wrong.
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's-
This is
that's
the
not
healthiest
okay.
romantic relationship I've ever been in.
He gave Sunil a job, and he was supposed to help me and be on my team, and instead he joined their idiot cult.
Yeah. So Paula needs to loosen up a little bit.
Eh.
Oh my God, you were so mean to him.
Yeah,
These
that
are
was
my
mean. It
honest
was.
opinion. I mean, I have to be honest about the work.
Okay, I don't care.
Big mistake. Never again. This is the last time.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
or not. This arrangement it's working. And you know, it's modern, it's mature.
No, it's
I mean,
neither
look
of
at
those
France.
things.
I think we should just embrace
God.
that this is our life.
Okay.
I am looking forward to meeting her.
They're probably gonna try to hook up the baby shower, aren't
What?
they?
No, I just think Rebecca's going to actually see a human being and realize that what she's doing is awful.
Yeah. Or get.
And she's going to overcompensate every different. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Look, I know it's hard, but you signed up for this.
Hector's
This
right.
could not possibly have been more optional.
Would now be a bad time to remind you that Daryl's baby shower is about to happen?
Oh, God. That thing.
Okay, let's see the party that falls apart here.
Yep. Nice party though.
Oh my God, it's Sunil.
See, like she's making responsible decisions, but like there's
She
a
is,
pretty
but-
big one though. You know.
Yeah, well, yeah, and obviously as soon as the two show up, here we go. That she's going to crack. You know, she is going to crack.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guilt, shame, jealousy. No, I don't want this.
yeah. Those are human emotions.
This
You
doesn't
should
feel
be
good.
feeling all of those.
Yeah.
She should have been feeling them for 8 months.
I know, and it's kind of crazy that Nathaniel is not feeling that at all.
And yeah, Nathaniel. I mean, we're not getting in his head either.
Yeah.
But I'm not letting him off the hook
No.
for this at all.
I used to really love her. But now I'm with you guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go apologize at all at this point.
No.
Paula, it's your brand. You have that mug that says off his bitch.
It's ironic.
That's not a possum or a cat. That's two people having sex. And it's me and Nathaniel.
Rebecca, he has a serious girlfriend.
No, it's not
Yes.
fair. She doesn't know anything about it.
What?
Oh my God!
Don't judge me right now.
Oh, to hell with that. I am judging you. I am judging you so hard right now.
I can't.
It's sad that she has to be the adult here when he's the one with the girlfriend. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen.
Getting Scotch tape and whiteout doesn't hurt anybody. That's what you said.
Yeah, but I was wrong.
I guess
How about
we
where's
didn't
his
see
guilt?
ourselves when
That's what I want to know.
Right?
We thought we could get
erasers and toners and
Why didn't you tell me you were the office bitch?
I didn't know.
Come on, you have that mug.
Oh.
Yeah.
My work is good. Everyone's work here is pretty good. Okay, well, not Tim, obviously. He's a moron.
the last few months have meant a lot to me. And they weren't just about the sex. They were about you.
Then why be with a
You're in a
girlfriend? Yeah,
relationship.
exactly.
I
I
mean,
don't feel bad for him,
They're
man.
understating the 8 months that went by. They really are.
That's a long-term
Yeah,
relationship.
it's a year, man.
Yeah.
For you.
Guys watching, let us know if we're being too harsh on him, because I don't feel like we are.
I don't think we are either. I really don't.
Maybe there's something we're
Look,
not considering.
This
but-
is sweet.
right.
I get it. But at the same time,
He's been
somebody else has no idea.
Yeah, he's been a monster. Someone's been.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't know they're getting hurt. Yeah.
He basically said he loves you and wants to be with you. What did you say?
Nothing.
That's responsible. I like
Honestly,
that.
I'm afraid.
Of course you are. That makes sense. But you can't live your life without intimacy. You're more stable and self-aware than you were.
This is
And
really
you're
good
a
self-awareness for her.
loving
Yes.
person who deserves love.
I know that I seem super confident.
I thought she's like,
Yeah,
one thing though.
I did
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Know it all.
No, you?
But I have insecurities just like everybody else. I'm sorry I was a jerk because I was. Apology accepted.
I have a job and a live-in boyfriend and a baby in my stomach. That's all
not your
grown-up stuff.
I was gonna wonder if we were gonna get a second song because we only had the one.
Yeah.
She ran off, didn't she?
Well,
Baby steps.
I mean, not having sex with Nathaniel is definitely the right thing to do.
Not sleeping with him. I agree with you 100%. I mean, maybe I'm just an old bastard, but I do think when you're in this, when she's in this vulnerable state, if she's trying to build a relationship with him, maybe just avoiding sex at least for a while instead of making it about that.
Well, it's hard to build a relationship with somebody that you've already been intimate with, right?
Right. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This episode flew by.
Yeah, it did. No, this was great.
That was a quick one.
It was so good too. This is a really, really, really good episode of
It was
television.
engaging the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing that really stuck out to me is when she was in therapy the last time with Dr. Akopian, and she said, "I don't want to die," and she mentioned Josh.
Right.
And you know, this whole time, this for the majority of the season, actually, you know, we haven't been taking Josh seriously because he's kind of been like a goof and like,
Yeah, and he's really been on the back burner this season too.
oh yeah,
I mean,
hugely. We have 2 episodes left, and he's like barely in the show.
right. And have Josh and Rebecca really interacted that much at all
Once.
this season?
One
Yeah.
time when he goes to her house, and like they just kind of push him away, like, get out of here.
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of makes me not want to let him off the hook because you know, ostensibly, like, it's not his fault she acted that way, but
Right.
anyways, it kind of is.
Sure. Well,
He's responsible in some way, and
he was selfish. He was selfish for sure.
But I feel that when she's like, "I don't want to die," I know how I was with Josh. I'm like, oh, like that. Makes
No,
me kinda,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I hadn't considered that before she said it.
Because early in the episode, I was like, "Oh, Josh, what an idiot!" But now I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, what a fool!"
Right.
He's been aloof this whole time. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
I think he did feel some sort of responsibility towards her, and obviously, like, you know, you have to take some like
Right.
self responsibility in that because I mean, ultimately, it is her head.
I just don't think he's that deep. You know
He's
what I mean?
not.
I think on the surface, Josh is a nice enough guy because Josh doesn't consider anything beyond the puddle depth, right?
It made me feel gross about him.
Right.
When she said that, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he is kind of. He's not the worst, but at the
No,
same time,
he's-
it's like, I mean,
I don't think he is because he's a mess too. Remember, the last time he really got much from Josh, he's like, I really need to figure my life out. And I'm like, thank you, because you've needed to this whole time. And we really haven't gotten that.
He's not
since then.
responsible enough to.
Right, exactly. He's not. He
relationship.
just there's not much to him, and you know I know it's overly harsh because he's a young guy, and a lot. There's face it, the world's full of people who haven't really thought that much about their who they are like as a person.
Sure.
I feel like the villain in this episode, and I'm going to go back to it, is Nathaniel, and I feel like the show kind of let him off the hook a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're saving something for sure, right? I mean,
They have to be, right? Yeah,
But at the same time, you're right. I mean, I think he is way more to blame than Rebecca is.
I think so too.
But at the same time, they like each other. And it's
Right.
so, look, I know it's Rebecca's call. She's the one that's saying, I can't be in a relationship with you.
Right.
But the guy went and hopped into a long term relationship with somebody else and is still entertaining her. So I don't understand
Right.
the confusion there, Nathaniel. Like, if you want to be with her, cut off don't be with somebody else. You can do this casual thing.
Yeah, that was my thing. I'm with you. It's the time, right?
I'm a
As you
believer.
pointed it out.
Yeah.
The 8 months. It's longer than 8 months because they were dating for a while before the 8 months started. It's
Yes.
probably been closer to 9 or 10 months.
It's definitely been over a year.
Yeah, I would
Of
think
them
so.
like having like this weird relationship.
That's
And look,
true.
I'm a believer in if you're like consistently having relations with somebody, that is a relationship.
Right. Yeah.
If you're being intimate with somebody for a long period of time, even if you're not boyfriend girlfriend, that is a type of
Yeah, it's
relationship.
it's an emotion. There's an intimacy that's going on for sure.
So yeah, it's
Because obviously Rebecca's like, oh wait, now I consider the fact that I actually have feelings for him. And he showed the girlfriend like, you didn't consider for 8 months that this was actually a thing.
it's
8
mind-boggling.
months, man.
It's mind-boggling.
It is. It
And I
is.
get it, like you said earlier, it's good writing.
Right.
At the
It's
same
good writing
time,
because it frustrates us like it's
makes
supposed
you
to.
want to pull your hair out.
Yeah, don't be mad at us, guys. I believe fully that the writers want us frustrated a lot with this show. It's so much fun to be frustrated with this show.
We're in on it.
We're in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the joke a little bit, from the show. It's such the show's so well done.
Mhm.
You know, Rachel Bloom is very brilliant
She
and
is.
very talented, and she knows the button she's pushing on people that are watching
Yeah.
the show. That's the point, to get you to consider how you feel about other people, and how far your empathy really extends, right?
I like that. It's good.
Because there are times when I'm with Rebecca, I'm like, I can't stand you right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to have my empathy tested for
Mhm.
someone who really has a lot of problems, and we understand that. It kind of gets you to reassess, like,
Yeah.
how much do I really give people a chance
Yeah.
who do terrible things when when I need to consider, what's really going on with them.
I think you nailed it right in the head. It's meant to push buttons,
For sure.
and it's meant to make you think.
Yeah.
It absolutely is, and that is the brilliance of the show.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a brilliant show.
it makes you think about mental health, relationships, yourself.
Right.
Really
Oh,
consider
for
yourself.
sure.
Get into
How you
therapy.
feel about judging other people,
Yes.
and how much you do or don't give yourself a break for your own shortcomings.
And how everything is very surface level and superficial, right?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
crazy is such a surface level term.
It's a dismissive term, right?
Yeah.
That woman's having problems. Oh, she's just crazy. Ignore her, forget her feelings,
Yeah.
whatever. No, that's not okay, because there's a person there, and they're probably going through something.
And I'm kind of surprised this show hasn't had a bigger cultural impact. Obviously, it has its fans.
Right.
You guys have told us about it. We watch this show, and lots of you watch with us. But I mean, in terms of it being like a big show, I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about it.
Well, I think, as we said, I think the show is designed to push your buttons, and get you to face
So
it's a
yeah.
satire. It gets you to face some things
It can
yourself,
turn some folks
and
off.
it can turn some folks off.
Yep.
I've talked people into watching the show that have stopped watching the show because they hate Rebecca so much. They didn't get all the way through the first season.
Well, maybe that's a detriment to the show then, that they went so far. We love it. We
Right.
love it. But I'm just saying, like, maybe it's not as accessible to everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it just wasn't for everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
you have to be willing to be a little icked out
Yeah, it's
at the characters,
It
at
does.
society, at
Putting
yourself.
it lightly.
You have to be willing to be icked out to stay on for the show, and it's brilliant. I'm glad that we're watching it. I'm glad we're watching it all the way through, and I can't say enough good things about
Yeah.
it.
Kudos
I-
to people that can stick it out.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I do. Hope you're right about Nathaniel.
Mhm.
I hope the idea that he's really been a dirtbag.
Yeah.
I know they had, like you said, that like touching scene where he's like, "But I still deeply love you," and I'm like, dude, you've been leading another girl on for a year, right?
Yeah.
Probably close to a year.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in relationships for that long. When you're in a relationship with someone, an exclusive relationship, and she thinks she is for a year, you're saying things like "I love you" to her at some point in there, right?
After 8 months, absolutely.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you've taken a lot of steps into trust and intimacy with that person.
Now, that's not for everyone. I mean,
Right,
a lot of
but
people like
most
to play it
people-
slow, but most people, I feel like 8 months, you're already like, I love you. You're
You're
doing-
talking about the future at some point,
yes,
right?
you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And you're not like staying complacent and being like, oh, your place with my place.
We're just casual for the last year.
We
Yeah,
get
no
dinner
big
tonight?
deal.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
I mean, everybody's different. I get that. But at
Right.
the same time, I feel like
the odds are very good that Nathaniel has led her on really hard, like more than we're seeing.
especially when you're an adult, like in your 30s.
Yeah, you're a grown man, dude. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
At any rate, we'll see moving forward. Obviously, we have several episodes left. We'll see.
Yeah, 2 more. Yeah.
I've liked Nathaniel a lot in the past. I
Mhm.
think he's great. I think he's funny. This is the first episode where we're like, I don't like you right now, man.
Well, it's crazy that the show has moved on from Josh being the center of focus of like men in her life
Right.
to where it's now fully Nathaniel.
May not
Nathaniel is the one that
Yeah.
she wants and is kind of, I don't want to say obsessed with, but obsessing over.
Sure. Here's a question. We have a couple of episodes plus a long fourth season, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are that another guy enters the picture in the fourth season?
I don't know.
Do you bring somebody in on that last season? Because like I feel like at the end, especially after this one, where Dr. Copian's like, you deserve love, you deserve to be loved.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I think the show's going to end with her getting that. It might not be from somebody who's been on the show yet.
I think it might be.
It could be back to Josh.
I think that's more possible.
Yeah, I didn't think Josh was a possibility for 2.5 seasons, and now I'm like, is Josh a possibility now that they both are taking time apart from each other?
He's at the bottom of the totem pole at this point, though.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But it's not outside the realm of possibility now. Like I would have said through into like season 3, episode 3 or 4, I'd be like,
Yeah.
there's no way Josh and Rebecca end up together. No way. But now I'm like, I
Maybe.
don't know because he's kind of out of the picture.
Yeah. Yes, I think okay. So how the show plots and how they introduce new men and like characters,
Right.
they take their time, right?
Sure.
I feel like if they introduce a whole new guy, it might read as like exhausting
Sure.
and like it might be a lot to get through.
Jumping the shark a little bit,
And,
maybe.
and also there'd be a certain level of uncertainty after the show ends. If it's Josh,
You can say they kind of went through the ringer and came
Yeah.
out the other side, so it's
Yeah.
probably more stable. I don't know.
I don't know.
Possible. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we have a whole season to get through.
Yeah, we do. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.